What's going on, everybody? How you doing? D was supposed to be on the screen. I don't know where D is at. But welcome back to How We Linux. We are live. I was like, where you at?
Hey, when you over here doing all this tech stuff in the background, I was just getting our thumbnail off of there. So, you don't wait for me no time. So I just let you do what you do, how you do our thumbnail.
Sorry, I didn't want the awkward silence.
Hey, silence is okay, like somebody said yesterday. Silence
Yeah,
is
that's what they
okay.
say.
We had a screen up there saying how we Linux, and they just waiting patiently. Because that's
I'm
the
not.
type of people we got out here. We got patiently patient people.
I'm not.
We see.
I'm not.
We definitely see that you are not the patient type.
I'm patient. I just don't like the awkward silences we doing the show. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
it wasn't awkward. It was okay. But how are you today?
I'm good.
Are you?
Mm,
It was a great show earlier.
Thank you. Yeah, let us know what y'all thought about the show. I'm trying to give you some. The thing outside the box is really what the goal is. If you see my eyes looking around, I'm looking for something I wanted to do on this show, and I'm mad that I can't find it. Uh, but it's okay. It's gonna pop up. And I posted this earlier this week in the thing, but in the Slack group. And what I'm referring to is the screenshots that I shared with the salaries. Did y'all see those screenshots? If you didn't see those screenshots, y'all need to go scroll up. It's in general with the screenshots of the salaries from Apple, Google, and it's a ton of companies, and it's from Business Insider. So that's what the link I'm trying to find, so we can go over the different companies. But I'm gonna let D do housekeeping while I look. So don't pay me no
Me?
mind.
Is it back to me?
Don't
Is
pay
it
me
back
no.
to me?
It is.
Okay. All right. Well, guess what? I can't believe it. But it's episode 10 of How We Linux.
No, it's not.
Already. That's what it says. I think, is this episode 10?
I don't think it's episode 10.
How We
Is it?
Linux is episode 10.
I thought it was episode 11 or 12.
No, it's episode 10.
No.
10 weeks. 10, I don't want to say 10 long weeks because my weeks, it's almost Christmas.
long, long weeks.
10
You know,
long weeks of my life. But you know what? I
all
enjoy
my
what I
life
do.
I had to fight.
Oh, he's a mess. Uh, but you know what? I like what I do. So we're going to have a giveaway. So stay tuned for a giveaway because
What
I
we
like
giving
these
away?
type of shows where we get, I don't know what we're going to give away. We'll think about it. I know, oh, if the guy that was here when we had giveaway for episode 30 of Tech Stocks and Jobs, um, he never sent me his information. So I didn't get to send him out his pillow. So if he is out there somewhere, make sure you hit me up at womenatwomeninlinux.org and send me your information so that I can send you out your gift. We are really
He's like,
serious
I don't
about
want that
giveaways.
pillow, lady.
Well, he said it. They need a pillow for sleeping on all this great content. So hey, pillow for you. So shoot, wherever you are, and if you go back and you hear this episode, go ahead. I want to send you your stuff.
Mo Bossman, you gonna get more salary info. This is what I do.
Oh my God, this show is gonna be jam packed.
Yep.
We have one-on-one sessions after the show, so I hope
Oh, do
this
I?
doesn't cut into a one-on-one session because it might.
Do I?
Please check while we're there. So, as Tam said, I'm going to do some housekeeping. So, let me see where my screen is at because I have 11 screens up. Let's
Yeah.
see.
Welcome everybody. Code in Miami. It's your first time. You've been missing out. Mm-mm-mm.
You've been missing out. So, for those that don't know, we are Women in Linux, and I got a whole bunch of stuff highlighted. I hope everybody can see that. All right, we are Women in Linux, where we connect, learn, and grow. If you want to go ahead and know more about us, click the about. If you want to connect with us, this connect button takes you into our Slack channel. So if you don't know about our resource rich Slack channel, go ahead and enter your email address there and come on in and find out about our Slack channel. Let's see. Let me exit my full screen so that I can go back. Um, Also, we got merch. It is our 5th year anniversary. For people who don't know, we've been around for 5 years. So for 5 years, we have been bringing you guys all the digital gems, and we want to make sure that we share. So, but all this merchandise, these are all our products here. It is limited edition for 5 years. So once the year is out, this merchandise will go away. So get it now. There's that pillow. We have hoodies. We have raglans, and they are all unisex. So make sure you grab something and support Women in Linux. Even though we do have a YouTube channel, we are a nonprofit, and so we need donations to keep running. If you haven't came to our meetups, we are meetup.com, Women in Linux. We meet every Wednesday, where we do free Linux training. When we are not training, we are just vibing in the community. Here are your engagement and your conversation drives the community. So come on out on Wednesdays. We do our best to record a show, but sometimes we're just venting. And so if you are looking for a show and you don't see one, that's probably because we just had a session where we just needed to talk about what was going on in the industry and kind of get it out. But that's what the community is for. We meet every other Thursday for our RHCSA study group, as you can see. And so those are recorded as well, but you have to be a member of that channel and that group in our Slack. And then, of course, we have Tech Stocks and Jobs every Saturday at 11:30. And now you have How We Linux. We also are going to have a happy hour to celebrate our 5th year anniversary. This will be the fourth and last one of the year. So make sure that you come on out and hang out with us. This BYOB is encouraged. A lot of people don't do that, but hey, at least have something in the cup. We appreciate it, but we're going to have probably mojitos. That's Tam's drink. And again, we do one-on-one sessions. So if you just want to talk and vibe and figure out where you want to go in tech, schedule a one-on-one. We do a resume review. We do interview prep, and just to talk about your career path. So that is linked on the screen. I think that's about it. Oh, it's 30 years of Linux all year. They're celebrating 30 years. So if we're 5 and they're 30, I mean, we're still new in the game. And Linux is still very, very new. So don't feel like that you are missing out on anything or you are behind the gun. You are definitely not behind the gun when it comes to tech. If you got a smartwatch, if you got a cell phone, if you got a laptop, you are already a technologist. So don't feel like it's an entry level career into anything. You're already there. It's just now you got to get some skills behind that. What else? Did I miss anything?
Not that I can think of.
All
Did you
right.
get the donate button?
Oh, you know how I feel about the donate button. Go ahead and click donate. 100% of the proceeds. I don't know what's going on here, but I'm going to go ahead and fix that. 100% of the proceeds go to Women in Linux. So I am going to fix our donate button because something is going on with it. But I think it's also in our on our YouTube as well. And if you are anywhere, if you're at your job and you want to donate, A lot of jobs match your funds. So see what type of programs your employer has to match your funds and donate to a great cause to keep free Linux uh, training programming to the masses. Oh, the
Yeah.
Calendly. I will be updating the calendar this weekend on Calendly. We actually do it a month at a time because our schedules change. So the time slots go quickly. It's not a lot. It's maybe maybe like a couple of slots a week. I can say maybe less than 10 a week. So when they are out and they get posted in our Slack channel, in the one-on-one and the announcement channel. Please don't post in the announcement channel. That is for Women in Linux announcements only. You are welcome to post in general. They go fast. So I will be opening up that availability um, pretty soon. Let's see. Also, we're trying to monetize our channel because, again, like I said, we are a nonprofit and we bring free Linux training to the masses. And so, even though we are a women centric organization, we are not, we invite everybody. And 30% of our group are guys because, hey, in tech streets, you're not working with all females. That is a rarity. And if you do, more power to you. But what was I saying? I just totally lost it. I think I need nourishment. My smoothie is over here waiting for me, and I'm reading the. We do have a Cash App. Um, we do have Cash App. I will put that out in the Slack because we are a nonprofit. Cash App gets kind of out of our wheelhouse. But again, like I said, 100% of our profits go to, oh, I was saying donate to your employer. Your employer matches that stuff. So I will get that link updated. And hold on, let me put that link in the chat now. Oh, monetization. I was saying we want to monetize the channel, and so we are almost there. So if you are new to Women in Linux, go ahead and watch a couple of videos. If you're old to Women in Linux and you missed a couple of meetups, go and watch a couple of videos. We definitely need the views, and we're almost there. We are almost there to our 4,000 hour goal. And so we just ask you to take an hour out, and maybe you're in the car, listen to a podcast. Maybe you are cooking your family a meal. Go ahead and listen to a meetup. I mean, there's so many things in there. We got podcasts. We have interviews that we've done with other people. We have a CTO series where we interview CTOs that are in the tech space. We have 10 Minutes Ago with our guest host, Vladimir Virian. He wrote a book on Go programming, which is really awesome. Black author. We have and Ask Me Anything that happened last night, which was an impromptu session. So if you missed anything last night, we were on for 2 hours. I was going down, but she said, you know what? I'm gonna take one for the team, and we were on for 2 hours. That playlist is AMA, and it is on the homepage of YouTube. So go ahead and do us a solid, and do yourself a solid, and go view that. And I posted the fundraising link. And again, like I said, if you use this link, 100% of the proceeds come to us directly. PayPal does not take any of our money because it is not a friends and family. We're not a business. We are a 501(c) for those who didn't know. So if you do donate to us, you can definitely claim it on your taxes.
Everybody got it? Everybody ready? All right. Let's get into it.
Tam has been booting up. I've been hearing about this show for the last couple of days. From what I understand, it's hot fire. From what I'm looking through some of these links, I gotta go ahead and post a little teaser about what it's about, because I think a lot of times people don't understand how to make the money, or they've never seen tech money. They don't understand what tech money is. So this show is about to be about, that tech money, and what is actually out here in these tech streets, and what you can attain to. Everybody talks about the help desk, and hey, I've been in a help desk, sort of speak, type of situation, but you have to be able to plan an exit out of the help desk. I definitely believe in the power of foundational learning. And when you want to learn about a product, or something, and you want to get in, then go ahead and, help desk is not a bad place to be, but always um, get your exit strategy out of the help desk. But if you're already in the company, the help desk is a great way to learn about everything that's going on with the company. Go ahead and learn, absorb the product like a sponge, because once you know the ins and outs, you'll be able to move up on any level, stack some skills, and go and be where you want to be. So I'm going to go ahead and share this screen that's over here,
Yep, I
and see
posted inside the chat.
see what's going on with us.
Posted in the chat. Don't stay inside of the help desk for more than a year. All right. All right. So let's get cracking. As I'm looking, this links keep popping up that I like. Oh, I don't have that one in there. Oh, and I don't have that one in there. This one just popped up. CIO of $1 billion crypto index fund uh, that returned 354% over the past year, shares two reasons why he's bullish on Ethereum. So return 354%. Let's see. It is the manager of the crypto assets for Bitwise. And you can go check that one out if you want to. I'm just throwing it out there as the information comes up. Hey, I'm gonna share it. So there you go. The next one, I actually have another YouTube. I have a YouTube link on this right here, but NFTs. Somebody was asking about this earlier. Will eventually be used by the government, which will mark the final stage of adoption for the market. That has been a monster for August. There is another link here at the bottom. Let me grab it. And D is at the very bottom. NFT Apple. You can send it to people if they want to have it. Let me put these things in order here. But I don't know if you saw this one here. Um, No, don't open up an Apple News. Please just open up. Okay. 12-year-old coder is set to earn 400,000 after about 2 months of selling NFTs. I don't know if everybody caught this. I posted this in Slack for you to read it, and you can check him out, what he does and how he's doing it. Non fungible tokens or NFTs and smart contracts or collections of code. Wow, right? So that's what he's been doing. He is him and his brother, who's 13, right? They're doing 400,000. All right. So that's where you're at. So when we're talking about what's out here in these tech streets, this is what's out here. All right. So I'll go into NFTs next week. I won't do that today. I just want to throw that out there. Where the money's at. So let's get into this. I couldn't find my link. I just could not find my link, and I'm really, really upset about that. Um, but being that I couldn't find my link, I did find something else. But it is what it is. All right, so IBM salaries revealed. $132 billion tech giant paid engineers, and there's other ones in here. But if you keep scrolling down, um, it goes on to talk about software engineers. The highest paid IBM engineers listed in the data. in the data is a program director for making 335,000, and then they just got salary ranges, right? But the ones that I posted inside of Slack, now don't know where that link is at. I know if Kevin is on, he would probably have that link, but that's okay. Let me pull up the screen. Let me see if I can find those screenshots. The ranges for those salaries, some were 53,000 to 1.2 million. And I just wanted you to know what that look like, what does that mean, like where are these salaries coming from, right? So when people tell you you can't make money in tech, you can make money in tech, and you can make a lot of money in tech. Can you make more money probably starting your own business and becoming um, uh, a leader in tech? Absolutely. But hey, let's go for what it is. All right, so here is what I have found here. All right, so real estate development senior director. I forget which company this is. Anyway, 100. I think this was with. Let's see. This is with Apple. 130,000 on the low end to 390,000 on the high end. Let's see. Let me go back. All right, so here, uh, this is with I forget who this is. This is and I probably have it listed in there who it is, but anyway, 36,000 to 240,000. I forget who this is, but I think I in the chat I got who it is up right up above. Um, and let me do that right here. So no, I didn't do that. It's okay though. So let's go here. All right, we got from 73,000 to this is Facebook from 73,000 to 1.9 million. All right, that's why I was looking for the Business Insider link. So it's a platform engineer from 100,000, and then you can see the companies right here who's offering that to 280,000. So you can search by job, or you can search by job title, or you can search by company. So I was just giving you ranges here. For 70,000 to 340,000 at Microsoft, and those are just that was a particular. I think that might be just a company. So a data engineer, in general, what the database was pulling back was 51,000 to 270,000. All right, and then Google, 48,000 to 2.2 million. Right. The max on a software engineer is 2.2 million. On a data center technician, 520,000. VP of engineer, 450. A director of foundry, 370, and the list goes on. These are all in Slack. If you want to check them out, Amazon from 50,000 to 1.6 million, a min of 130,000. Right, the 50,000 is probably a intern when we're looking at this. All right, so I just wanted to show you those salaries. Right, I want you to be aware. So now we still got more salaries. We're getting ready to kick it off. All right, so let's get into it. All right, first one up. Oh, don't tell me you're not. Oh, that's because I didn't put an H in front. I didn't copy the H. Doo-doo-doo. Okay, Apple is doing everything to keep employees from talking about equal pay. They don't want them. They don't want y'all out here trying to live your best life and share your hopes, your dreams, and your aspirations. They don't want
That's
that, right?
crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy to me.
All right. All right, so Walmart is on a hiring spree. I'm just going down my list. It's going to be all over the place, but just bear with me. It's just information. All right, so Walmart is set to hire 20,000 permanent supply chain workers to ramp up for the holiday season. 20,000 people that they're hiring across the supply chain. So when somebody say they looking for a job, Walmart is hiring, right? Um, let me see if I can get this opened up.
Holiday season is among us. It's almost October. That's when
What
they
what
start
what
hiring.
y'all what everybody been talking about? Winter is coming.
Winter, they have been. Winter is coming. Winter is here in some places.
Winter is coming. Everybody's been yapping that. Hold on, I'm gonna put this other one here on another screen. It's a screenshot, and I didn't want to. I want it to be by itself. It's coming. Hold on. All right, let me blow this up. You can see. You can be able to see this, right? I see this. Hiring. We're hiring. I don't know why that comma right there. I guess it was 2021 data scientists and engineers in Shopify. You know where I found this at? It came across my thing against on Facebook. It came across my screen on Facebook. Imagine that. Right. So um, they're hiring for data scientists and data engineers. We talked about getting Google data engineering certificate. It is the highest paying certificate at 171,000. Those links are posted in Slack. Where we talked about that. Who else is hiring? You know who else is hiring? Fidelity. All right. Uh, So anybody ask me where can I go work at or how can I find a job? I'm giving it to you. Fidelity wants to hire 9,000 employees by the end of this year. Soaring demand from the retail investors, right? So Fidelity is out of 9,000 people. You got to think one of them is going to be at least one job is going to be Linux, right? Uh, uh, I'm just letting you know where the jobs at. I just showed you Walmart. I'm doing a range of jobs. Walmart. We just did Fidelity. We know Amazon is hiring. I spoke on Amazon last night. Um, and let's see. I don't think this is a job. I don't think this is a job. But hold on. Let's post this. Oh snap! My H. I keep doing that. All right, Morgan Stanley is hiking up junior pay in its institutional security division again, raising the trading and investment banker salaries to 110,000. So if you for the first few years, so if you're a trading and research analyst and that's something you want to get into, at least you know over at Morgan Stanley they're bumping that up to 110,000. I don't know why I said, oh, I was supposed to go back and look at this, but I give you this. Deacon drop this link. So these guys right here, I've been posting them. This guy's life is insane. Where they talk about how Instagram food drops make 200K a week. And they also talked about making money on Chrome extensions. And then they also talk about open salaries. So you can go check this out, this YouTube series out and listen to what they're talking about because there's a lot of good information in there. They talk about pay transparency and so forth, which kind of sparked me to get into like, well, who's hiring? What's the pay? I posted inside of Slack the anonymous security pay Excel sheet going back, I think, from 2018 or 2019 for the past 2 years. So you can check that out. You said is that Roblox and BLT? Yeah, yep. That's why I was. No, it wasn't Roblox and was it BOTX that was the AI and machine learning? I don't know. I had to go look at my notes. Let me go to Yahoo Finance real quick. Was it BOTX? No, it wasn't BOTX. Hold on, BOTX. No, it wasn't BOTX. Mm-mm. It was another one. It was an AI and robotics company. D, if you can look at the notes from the last one, that is that one. And it'll tell you, it'll say AI and robotics. Okay, so why are we talking about salaries? All right, so let's go look at this. So the Department of Labor, labor statistics, right? So when we start looking at this, and D can give you this, we can come over here and we can start looking at, what people are getting paid, how much they're getting paid. You can come right here to the labor statistics, and they'll tell you the annuals. Like it says, what's the metropolitans with the highest employment levels in news analysts and reporters and journalists. And they're just talking about from that perspective. But if you want to start talking about from the perspective of just anybody else, you can come in here and find that information out. I would suggest you do that. Again, we already know that the average black woman makes 32,000 a year, and the average black man makes about 40 to 45,000, and the median salary I think is what, 50,000 or 60,000. So when you look at these salaries, and uh, you're out here, uh, to me, if you're just not, honestly, and this is not being rude to anyone, and that's not my intention, but if you're not making a minimum of at least 150, I even give you 140. It's a hard cruel world out here, especially when you get into these cities like a Atlanta, or even Austin, or um, even depending on where you're living at in Chicago, or a New York, or what have you. That's just my thoughts. Y'all don't have to run with that, right? Not everybody wants to make money. Some people just want to be happy, just want to be able to live comfortably. But I don't know what that means. All right, so transparent salaries at Buffer. Buffer is, this is in the video. They post their salaries on down to the person. They used to do their first and last name. But the CEO is at 290. The CTO is at 225. So if you're ever gonna go work for Buffer, just know it's gonna have your location and the role, the team, and how much you're making. So it's totally transparent there. So just letting you know. All right, so we're switching over into the banking industry, and let me know if this is good information and good content for you. Um, so here's a bank by bank. Go away. Here's a bank by bank rundown on new investment banker salaries after a wave of Wall Street firms raised pay. Right, and so Morgan Stanley bumped salaries from 100 and 105 respectively, going into effect. Previously, they were 85 and 90. Got looks like the analysts will also be paid a base salary of 110 for the first years and 125 for the second years. Evercore would raise salaries to 120 to 130. Goldman Sachs looks like they're would now make 125 in base compensation, while base comp for the first year associates is bumping to 150. Right. Then they got Bank of America, and the list goes on. Just so you know where people are at when it comes to money, what their base pay is looking like. Again, when I see the word base pay, that means they're probably getting some type of bonus or salary, or I mean a bonus or something like that on top of that, right? All right, so here is another one, and then we're getting ready to switch gears. Okay, Amazon CEO unveils 55,000 tech jobs for its first hiring push. 55,000 jobs. They already had a big mandate for jobs already. So there you go. All right. Let me drop a one and let me know if you're liking this. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, get your notification bells going on as well too. Share this information as well, and go from there. See, was Morgan Stanley on a on info on a YouTube channel? When you say was Morgan Stanley on a info on a YouTube channel, you mean like here, like the one I had just went over. This one you're talking about for people. The I gotta find that link for Business Insider. They got like 250 different 250 different companies in that day, well, more than 250 companies in that database, but they have the companies, and then they have the salaries for a particular position. So all right, so we getting into the weeds now, but I just want to show you where your money is going, and where you could go capitalize off of this money. So we're getting into what I like to call this part of the of knowledge share is um, make your money work for you. But this is all about government contracting. So I want to get a fresh screen, right? Okay, so let me go back over here to my joint. Amazon, Microsoft, and other tech companies under frenzy to help ICE build out their own data mining tool for targeting unauthorized workers. So they're all going to collectively work together. Remember earlier this morning when I was talking about Databricks is looking to tap into the market where they can aggregate data from all three clouds. There you go. You see how it all comes together, right? You got to pay attention to what drops in these articles, because one person will report something one day, and then they'll report something like 2 days later, and then another person will report something, but they all tie together. You just got to watch these trends and how things are moving, right? So that's just one. All right, so the next one, I don't know if y'all saw this. Me and Dee was talking about this. NSA is awarded a $2 billion high performance computing contract. I talked about high performance computing. I did a whole segment on high performance computing. What does that look like? This gets into your natural language processing. This gets into your text information. We talked about batch processes and so forth. So again, NSA, $2 billion high performance computing contract, and you could type in HPC scholarship. There's the high performance computing conference. You can go to Usenix. And Usenix has a high performance computing conference. Let's go confine. Let's go high. Oh, it's not on there. I forget how they break it down. They may call it something else. But there's also a high performance computing conference. Let me go and do high performance or HPC conference. Keep it short. So supercomputing. Here it is right here. Supercomputing.org. Uh, they got a list of their program and papers. One well known is the state of, not the state of Oregon, but the University of Oregon has a supercomputer that you can share. Usually it's called Scale, which usually the conference that we go to, right? It's where we end up going. So check that out. If you want to get more information, you now know how. All right, next thing up. Let me close that. All right, oversight committee approves extra $3 billion for IT modernization And budget markup $3 billion. All right, $3 billion. This is also posted in Slack. I pulled these from Slack because I know that everybody probably like overlooked them, like they don't have nothing to do with me, but it does. It has to do with you because that's where your tax money is going to. You can always form a business or around uh, uh, getting part of that money as a minority owner, minority owned company. So it's just something to think about. um, National Lab quantum test bed aimed to accelerate work of physicists and researchers. All right, so here, Lawrence Berkeley National Lab will be distributed a quantum network with its 5 year, $12.5 million award from the Department of Energy. We're talking about quantum computers when we're looking at that. All right, another one. I mean, I got a whole list. We're gonna be here for a minute. I probably got about 6 or 7 more. GAO recommends HHS reconsider the $330 million IT contract from Accenture. $330 million contract from Accenture, right? Right. So let's go on. Got more. I can do this all day. You can't tell me that you can't make money in tech. Like, yeah. How House adds $4.2 billion in cyber innovation to NDAA. $4.2 billion in cyber. I went over cyber last night. I went over security last night, right? I did that last night for a reason because I wasn't gonna be able to get all of that into this show. It won't we'll be here all day. Maybe I should do a marathon. GSA seeks online learning providers for upskilling a pilot across 24 agents. What I talked about earlier about you getting skills and understanding stuff, and then become a certified trainer, and then start upskilling people and so forth. I talked about this earlier, right? Here it is. Right? They're looking for online providers. Who you think they're gonna go to? Pluralsight, CBT Nuggets, um, Pluralsight, IT Pro TV, Red Hat, what is it, Wiz Labs, uh, Udemy, Coursera, edX, right? Those are the ones they're gonna go to. Well, question I have is when we gonna make our own content or our own learning curriculum and our own platform so we could get a part of these contracts? Just saying, right? And then I don't know if they announced how much that's gonna be. Let me see. They're looking to pilot with leverage up to 140,000 employees spanning 24 agencies. 140,000 employees. The deadline is December the 16th. Just a FYI, in case you want to bid on it. Right? Next one up. Saw this NSA awards that $2 billion to Green Lake contract, which is HPE Howard Packard Enterprise, right? HPE Howard Packard Enterprise, 2 billion, right?
Hewlett Packard.
Oh, Howard Packard. I'm thinking Howard in my head. Hewlett Packard, but I'm thinking Howard in my head. But 10-year contract. Yeah, it was bought by a cloud guru, but again, still, well, I think Pluralsight bought a cloud guru, yeah, but still the same, right? Those are still gonna be the makers, still gonna be the players in the game together and combine to join forces to make money. Cloud Academy is another one, but again, you see where this money is at, right? All right, let's go back. All right, Partnership for Public Service suggests review of federal tech laws, pay system overall. Who's going to review the tech laws and the pay system overhaul? Who's going to do that work, right? Who's going to get in there and look at to invest in replacing or modernizing legacy IT systems? Who's going to do the work, right? How do you see yourself in tech? Do you see yourself as a worker? Do you see yourself as an employer? Do you see yourself as both? Agency should, and this is internal too, right? And like if you work in the federal government, you got an idea, we may can help fund your idea, and that's what this is doing right here. Or you may have an idea and want to go in with some other people and get it funded, right? So why not get it funded? All right. This one here, State Department awards AT&T $609 million task order, right? State Department. It's a telecommunications contract. Uh, over 5 years, right? There's another one in June. AT&T received a separate $725 million EIS task force contract. You think AT&T going anywhere any soon? Nope. The EIS in the government $50 billion network and telecommunication modernization contract. It's a $50 billion contract. They're just chopping it up. That's all they doing. All right. Got after this one, we got one more. DHA awards $2 billion in health IT transformation contract. 240 billion, $2 billion in that contract. Its contract managed to transform and consolidate of its IT services. The agreements for 10 years. It's a 10-year contract. This is the latest contract win for Peraton after the company earlier this month won a task order of $979 million to counter misinformation from U.S. adversaries. So what I do is now go find out who is Peraton. Who are they? Where are they located? Right? They got careers. Where are they located at? What do they do? Right? Um, and that's what you should be doing when you see these names hit. You should be looking at what are they doing? Where are they located at? What's going on with them? They're in Herndon. You know exactly where that's at. You know exactly where that office is at. All right, last but not least, Army seeks vendors for its $10 billion IT enterprise solutions for hardware contract vehicle. Right? 10 billion. Now, I'm going to ask this question. How many you could acquire some skills to either A, work on these contracts, or B, go after some of this money and form, you all get together and form an entity to go after some of this money? Let me know. D, what you thinking, D?
Well, we have a company. We have a for-profit company, and that's exactly what we do. Um, people know us for Women in Linux, but we are women in Linux. So, we are women in Linux. We are women in the tech industry. And so from our for-profit arm, we go for government contracts, and we JV, which is joint venture, and have partnerships with other smaller companies to answer some of these RFPs out here and try to get on. We're fairly new in the game, and it takes a lot of work and it takes a lot of energy, and everybody has to show up and do their part. Me and Tam, we're gonna be up all night. We're gonna be, nobody can say we wasn't shooting hoops. We wasn't practicing.
One in the
It's
gym.
about practice. We get in there and we do it, and sometimes we don't get it, but there's other things in regards to these contracts. If you don't get the contract, thinking about the company that got the contract, they're looking for vendors, they're looking for subcontractors as well. So there's so many ways to get in there and get this tech money that is ridiculous. However, with women in Linux, that's why we push you guys so hard for training, because it is this. And we don't want to say that it's all about the money, because for us, money is just a means to provide a better situation for your family, for your community. Nobody wants to rob Peter to pay Paul. So, everybody will brandish a whole bunch of nice, a great lifestyle and things like that. But all that stuff is relative. What Kevin likes, I might not like. What Margot wants for her life, it may not be what Tam wants for her life. And so we don't come in here and flip you with the flash and show you what all this flashy stuff can do. Flash is good, but at the end of the day, like, if you wanted to retire right now, could you? If you wanted your kids to go to, the best private schools, is that something that you can afford for them? If you want to, you have parents that are aging and, you need a little bit of help, could you be able to do that? Does your church need a new roof? It's just, for me, it's just that simple. Your community is people that you can put your hands on. So, it is what it is. Tam went and brought her some shades when we were on our little vacay last week. And so every week, you probably go for the next 5 weeks, you're going to be seeing Tam in her shades. Those are tech money shades. Because you know what? With your little tech money, you can go ahead and splurge a little bit on things that you want to get. So,
Yeah, I probably won't be coming out in a Versace robe or nothing like that.
we're going to get you a Versace robe. Hopefully, we'll find you a purple Versace robe and you come out in your Versace robe. But
No.
we can't do it on the nonprofit channel with the Versace robe. We got some other stuff cooking. And you can wear your Versace robe on another show. But you can't wear the Versace robe on here. Your glasses is pushing it. And your Gucci belt, Kevin, but you can't see the Gucci belt unless you wear it on your neck. Like, it's only so much you can
Who
do.
got a Gucci belt?
Kevin got a Gucci belt.
Oh, Kevin, you got a Gucci belt? Oh, you're gonna have to. Oh yeah, you should drop the link. Who want to come up on stage? Who want to come?
Does anybody want to talk?
Anybody want to chit chat? I mean, I got more content, but I could pause for the cause for you.
I can't believe she's willing to pause for the cause. That means we don't miss this. Do it. Let me go ahead and check to see if there is another. If there's a one-on-one.
Who want to come on stage? You can either
come on stage.
You can come on stage with your Gucci belt and your Gucci loafers.
Lies. You better make a donation to Women in Linux before you come up here with a Gucci anything on.
Yeah, come on stage. Come on.
Who, Tam, you got some bad FFs. I don't know what is FFs.
I have no idea. Buffs.
I
don't know. What is buffs?
I don't know. That went right over my head. Maybe
so Donna, Donna, we may be a little older for that. We may be a little more mature.
Like I said, we're not old cougars. We may be young cheetahs, but we're not old cougars. There's cheetahs.
Oh, hold on,
oh gosh! Don't have her pull out the
You want me to pull them out?
The old schools. Yeah, you do have a one-on-one. So
I can pull them out now.
Donald, don't start nothing. Last week she got up to get the glasses.
Don't wind me up.
No smoke from this one, but she got some 99s and some 2000s on you.
Don't wind me up. Don't get me started.
Don't get us started.
This kid started. Oh, okay. So back to this. All right, check it out. So Turkey is building, and this is important. Turkey is building its own bigger version of the Pentagon, meant to span 135 square meters to support 15,000 personnel. Turkey is building it out. You don't think that's being watched? Just trying to let you know what's going on out here in these tech streets, right? All right. So the next one up is semi-tech related. We all need one. So there is a shortage of lawyers. There is a shortage of lawyers. If you are a lawyer, you can call your own shots because people are paying and they're looking for you. We are in a crisis of lawyers, so that means anybody looking for a lawyer, they probably paying out the yin yang for a lawyer. Just getting that out there. All right, next one up. This goes back to Amazon, but in a different way. Um, this startup is buying, and I was watching a video on this. So there are startups out there that buy these smaller companies that have influence on Amazon. So you're maybe an Amazon influencer, and you've built out your market, or you may have a product that you're selling on directly on Amazon, where they bring you into the fold and then they help you push your company, basically scale your company. So this startup buys up high ranking sellers on Amazon, take a look at their pitch deck, and they use that to raise 165 million. There's two big main players in this market. Like one company has like 60 people, another company has like 125, 60 companies, and another company has 125 companies. So this goes back to what I was talking about earlier on that, on being an Amazon influencer and what that looks like, right? So I just want to throw that out there. Yep, I showed you about the Amazon hiring thing. All right. So next one up, we're getting into smart contracts, right? Code motion, whenever it decides to render. This talks about be in demand and why become a change to the most in demand job for being a blockchain developer. Put my other glasses back on. And they talk about uh, one, how to get started, what programming skills are required, what kind of roles are available, um, and so forth. So they got to decompose this link if you're interested. And it goes on forever. Like, I don't want to go through all of this. I just want you to have this information on this. And see, this came back out in February, so this is older information. All right. So now let's go to this. Oops. All right, smart contracts market size may reach up to USD 345 million by 2020, by 2026 at CAGR 18.1%. Here they're talking about Bitcoin side chains, smart contract market, uh, and then the global opportunity of the market. And then they got links here to evaluate reports and software services category. And then they go on to talk about the different ones, what's trending, trends influencing the growth of the smart contract market. They're still going to get back into your AI and machine learning over there. And see, here's a report you can grab, right? Here's some reports and stuff you can grab. All right, let's see. I have a YouTube link. Let's see what this is. Why did I grab this? Oh, yeah. Training 500,000 black female blockchain developers, crypto share and crypto jobs, and more. This is from Black Blockchain Consultants. She's based out of Atlanta, or they are based out of Atlanta. They also have a blockchain class and stuff. Check out the 10K project here, and get into the information. Again, spread the love and let other people know. Kind of undecided on studying for blockchain and AWS. Uh, I would say study AWS first and then move into blockchain. And the reason why I say that is because with AWS, if here's how I look at it, if you're not working, at least you can be employed uh with a AWS cert while you go back and learn blockchain. Right? That's how I look at that. All right. So next one up is PayPal. What did I grab from PayPal? All right, PayPal teases consumers with stock trading offering. PayPal is rumored to be in the process of rolling out individual stock trading to its customers, getting like who? Robinhood, right?
We
So
passed
now,
that.
yep. So now you can go in and start doing your trades through PayPal, right? All right. This goes. I got this marked as elder care. One Medical is making $1.4 billion bet on elder care pioneer Aura. The CEO is Amir Rubin. They got a vision there. Oh, yeah, so it's 1.4 billion all stock back on our Aurora Health, a Boston clinic company focused on healthcare for seniors. Raised questions among Wall Street analysts about whether the combined entity could merge different business models and patient populations. I just hear a whole bunch of security, a whole bunch of data, a whole bunch of AI and machine learning, moving people around and so forth. That's what I hear. That's what I hear in that, right? And you can check out their companies. Uh, this has been in the news lately, which is super huge. This is my last little link because I didn't dive into all the information. Just kind of gave you an overview, but we can go back and dive in. All right. Google plans to build its own semiconductor chip to power Chromebook laptops and tablets in 2023. They already Apple already has theirs with the M1. So Google is going to come out with theirs. I'm going to assume Microsoft is going to come out with theirs since we have a shortage and they can't continue. I was just at the dealership yesterday, and instead of car makers sending you two cars now, I mean, two cars, two keys now, they're only going to send you one key, and then they'll give you like a backup key to manually get in, like, the little, instead of having a fob to get in, you can just use the regular key to get in and out of cars. So they're only sending out one key now. um, you know, Winter is coming. That's what they say. There's 56 cargo ships sitting in the port of California right now. There are delays on getting stuff everywhere. Shelves are becoming empty. Stock up while you can, if you can. Um, as far as stocking up on meat and stuff, you can stock up on meat, but I mean, really, if you're growing your own vegetables and so forth, that'd probably be easier.
Probably which is your best bet because these fruits and vegetables that are at the store, it's one of those things where is it a good thing because they spoil a little more, but they're getting so huge, like they're trying to turn them over so fast. So it's one of those things that's a catch 22. So if you are in a community and you guys have a community garden or need to start one, I suggest you do so. It
Yep,
takes any amount. You can make them in pots. You can make them in a patch of land. You can get a raised bed, but definitely look into urban farming.
yep. And does anyone want to come on stage?
Oh, we
And
we
the
got somebody. We got somebody now. Just an
uh,
FYI, we like to see your face on here. So if you're not camera ready, uppercase G.
Well, you don't
then
have to be camera ready,
or you don't have
but
to be camera ready because I'm going to see people. I don't like to
that's
ghost
okay.
people.
I'm okay.
But don't get up here acting crazy. I'm just gonna FYI up here.
It's okay. They can act
This
crazy.
is a
No, they can act.
nonprofit.
No, we're
We
not
are
gonna put no. We're not gonna put no restrictions. You can act crazy.
no, you can't act crazy.
Yes, you can. We
No,
just
don't act crazy.
you can act crazy. You just kick them off. That's what they do on all the other shows.
Oh,
When
they get it's the boot ministry.
yeah,
I
they
can do
just
the
do the
boot
move.
ministry. I've been wanting to do the boot ministry. All right, I'm gonna bring you up, uppercase G.
Welcome to the stage.
Oh, you gotta turn us uppercase G. I'm gonna remove you till you turn us down. You gotta turn us down in
Oh, you could
your
have just muted her. Just put her on mute.
oh, we got somebody else joining too. We
Yeah,
got
bring
two
them
people.
up. Bring
So
them both up.
I'm gonna bring them both up, but you got it. The block ministry, Kevin. Yes. I need you guys to turn us down in your sound on your devices because what happens is it gives us terrible feedback. Okay, so I'm bringing uppercase G back. Malika, come on back, but make sure you turn this down. Uppercase G, you there?
Yeah, am I okay?
You
Does it
got
sound okay?
you got to turn it. You got to turn your sound down.
Yeah, you got an echo in the back.
We got to echo. I can hear myself.
Okay.
You fine.
I
Malika,
That's
turned the
you
better.
sound
coming
off
back?
now, but now I can hear you all. Can you hear
Okay, yeah, we
me?
can hear you.
Yes.
Uh-huh. How you doing? Uh-oh.
I don't think she can hear. She
This
turned
is
us
my
down
first
too.
time doing it, so I don't know if
It's
you all can
okay.
hear me,
It's
but I can hear you
yeah, we can
all.
hear you. It's fine. Stuff everywhere. Shelves are becoming empty. Stock up while you can, if you can. That's right. Stock up while you can. As far as stocking up on stuff, stock up on meat. But you're echoing in the background. I think you're probably replaying.
Or it's a delay.
Yeah. But while everybody get everybody
I gotta go ahead and remove Miss Uppercase till she gets it together. It's for most people that are watching. It's going to be a delay, and we're in real time. So if you are clicking on the link to invite it that is an invite to the stream, we're going to pull you up into the stream, which means you are going to be in the YouTube atmosphere, and you are going to be talking to the people. So we don't mind you coming up, but you have to have your volume turned down because we'll hear ourselves in the background with the delay. And so it also causes feedback. So if you guys want to come up, we're going to keep it open for a couple of more minutes before we get ready to uh, go about our Saturday.
I got one more.
What you got?
I got another one.
You always got something up your sleeve.
I do.
You so crafty.
I do. I do. I do. I do. I do. I do. So, on your last night, I hear an echo on there.
I hear an echo too.
Yeah, I hear echo. Um, on last night we talked about security. Make sure you go check that out. You saw the ETFs that we looked at today returning 35%, 40%. I showed you the robo investment that you could do. Fidelity has one, Charles Schwab has one. Put 10,000 in, put in 500 to $1,000 a month for 20 years or 25 years. Watch your money grow. We talked about putting your money into real estate. What does that look like? Creating your LLCs. Um, and I also mentioned, I think last week, I mentioned about buying gold and silver, right? Yep. I talked about ETF return 35%.
Platinum. We talked about some platinum.
Yep. We talked about platinum. But yeah, last week, I mean this morning I talked about the ones that was 35 percent. We just talked about the guy, we just showed you the ETF that was returning 354%. Um No, I don't have to have 4,000 views per video. It's just overall the number of hours. But we also talked about um, not just the ETFs, but the individual stocks. And one of the ones that was returning the 35%, I forget which stock it was. I had to pull that back up. Hold on, because it's gonna bother me if I don't pull it back up. I'm gonna keep saying we looked at it, and I don't like saying that. Let me go to it here. I'm gonna tell you what it is. It was BOTZ. That's what it was. One X. It was BOTZ. You were close. Um, so Yahoo Finance and here, and it is BOTZ. It's this one. If you go look at performance, it in a year it returned 46.66%. Um, but in 2020 it returned 50.68%. Right. And this is a robotics and artificial intelligence ETF. And then I went and looked at their holdings for this one, and I forget which company. It was this company here, Intuitive Surgical, that was out of control. Right, that was booming. Right, look at that. That's why I want to see that upward slope. It makes me smile. It's so bright. Let me put my glasses back on. That thing is trending. The thing is moving. Right. So, yep, that's the one we looked at. And that video is from 11:30. That's Tech Stocks and Jobs episode 31, right? D. When that episode 31? D, I can't hear you.
It's episode yeah, that's episode 31 and this one is 10. So um we have a giveaway. So don't forget the giveaway before we close out because I'm a woman of my word. And I don't give away a lot of stuff.
What happened to Malika?
Oh, uppercase G is back. All right, let's do this again, uppercase G.
Shine bright like a diamond.
Let's see. I'm adding you to the screen. You here with us?
I can hear me. Hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Hello. Thank you for having me on.
Thank you
no
for coming
worries.
up.
Yeah, I finally got fancy with it and put my earphones in.
Technology. See?
All right. All right.
Yeah.
It's cool.
No, I wanted to.
Where are you located?
Kentucky,
Kentucky.
Burlington,
All right,
Kentucky.
now.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
Now.
Out here in the boonies.
Hey man, out in the boons is where it's at. Okay, buy up all the
Yeah,
land you can.
Yeah, they just built the Amazon hub out here. It's huge, massive, massive.
Oh, we got an echo. We got a delay from you. I don't know what that is. Is it me or
Can
you?
you hear me?
No, it's probably we're not delaying, and I hear it double, but we can hear you. It's not
So
terrible.
so on
Okay.
that that's fine. On the Amazon airport, right? Uh, is there a lot of land out there?
Yeah, and they bought up some of the land from the Cincinnati airport.
Okay. So
Hmm.
so when you see that, right, you need to be looking to uh think like this. Somebody gotta eat, somebody gotta sleep, and somebody gotta party in that area.
Right, 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 right.
So, so somebody
Yeah.
got to eat, sleep, and party in that area. So that means you probably should be looking at like some land or some corporate rentals, or
Hmm.
even looking at an Airbnb
Yeah.
or just little things like that, because um they coming. They talking about
Yeah,
winter
they
is coming.
building
No,
out.
Amazon is coming. Amazon is coming.
Right. Amazon is here, and they trying to fix the roads and everything, because like it's getting really congested around here, and I don't think they plan for it. Like we short on apartments, we short on they really building up a lot around here.
Yep. So that's why I'm telling you. I don't care if you don't put nothing on it. A lot of people get criticize me for saying this, but look, just go buy some land and sit on it.
Yeah.
Just go buy some land and sit on it. Because they're coming and they're gonna be building, and because you in that area, I would look at zoning and ordinance in that area, because they may have new zoning in that area, because Amazon probably push for some zoning in that area.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then look and see if you can put a modular home on there. I think you consider Tornado Alley, so there may be some restrictions on what you can build and what you can't build. But I would be looking
Right.
at that. That's what I would be looking at.
Yeah,
Uh,
definitely. Definitely. I discovered last night. I'm into stocks. In the way you intertwine it. I know technology is around us everywhere, but it's kind of like air. Like it's so common that we don't really think about how it's so intertwined in our lives.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to figure out like how I could fit in with tech with what I enjoy, because it's money in it. Granted, I see it. You done a great presentation on how much money is in it, but I want to make sure that when I do it, it's a career that I would enjoy versus just doing something just because of money.
Right.
right.
And
And
that's a good thing that you have right now, is because you can explore what that means to you. Because as you see, we're a nonprofit and we do a show on tech stocks and jobs, and basically it's how to look at tech stocks and look at the jobs behind those, the tech jobs. But there are so many jobs that these companies have, and what does that mean?
Mm-hmm.
Or you might want to get with an organization that's already doing something and see how you can be a part, because it's something that you can enjoy. Or if there's a void in the marketplace, to bring that to fruition. Like, okay, this is what I like to see, but I don't see anybody doing it. How can I make this happen? That's one good thing about being in the industry. I mean, you can make something happen overnight and just watch it grow.
Now,
yep.
when I watched the interview with you on it was three other gentlemen, and it was you and Tamika, and you were explaining how she introduced you to technology. When she first introduced you, did you feel like you could play a role in technology, or how did you find into what fit for you?
Okay. So it's one of those things where you, like you just said, you didn't know how intertwined in tech you were. And because we're in our early 40s, so it was, you don't realize how much tech is around you or how much tech you do till somebody points it out. So the things that I enjoyed about tech, I call myself MacGyver, because I can get it to work. And so I didn't realize how entwined in tech I was until she pointed it out, until she heard the conversation now I was having. And quite
Mm.
honestly, I'm still discovering those things because they change. And for the last
Mm-hmm.
5 years, for me, I grew up where my mom said I'm going to college, but she never told me what I was going to do in college. So I've given
Right.
myself the authority to explore, and I've done things. And I say overall, I have a customer experience background because I'm a project manager. I'm an operations person. So I liaison with the client, whether that's B2B, business to business, or B2C, business to customer. So at the end of the day, I feel like the customer pays our bills. And that's if you own your own business as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, or you just clock in your 9 to 5 every day. The customer drives that check. So I'm still exploring. The last class I took in October was about it was infrastructure engineering, and you know what? I enjoyed the networking portion of it and putting those things together and um, going to my trainings and what wires make what work. And I enjoy the production aspect of producing this tech show, which is something I like to do. So you can take anything you love and just stick it in the tech industry. And so, again, I'm saying I'm still discovering those things. I like a lot of a little bit of stuff. I like a little bit of everything.
Yeah. Yeah. Same here. I
Uh
We lose
oh,
you.
I lost D.
oh,
Oh,
there
I'm
you
still
go.
here.
We back.
Okay, I can hear you now.
I'm still here. And I got in for if people that want to know, I have a social work degree. And so I tell people all the time, I said, I think I've done two social work jobs in my life. That was my internship in college, and I was a contract social worker for a group home. But I work socially. I have an interpersonal skills degree. So I have a people degree. So don't think that you have to have a tech related degree in order to be in tech. They look for people
Okay.
from all walks of life because all walks of life drive innovation. We are making solutions for everyday people.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the other thing is too about tech, and this is why um I'm gun ho on the Linux side, because I think Linux gives you that ability to test markets, right? So you say you learn Linux, right? But now you want to go more into security. Well, security is wrapped up into Linux. Or you want to get more into containers. Well, it's already there in the class. Or you want to learn more about storage. Well, it's in the class. So it gives you like this, it's like a gateway drug. Maybe a bad example, but it's like the gateway drug to say, well, I kind of like this aspect. Is there a career I can make out of it? Right. And
Right.
so that's
Yeah.
what I did with Linux, right? I started studying Linux after I took my Cisco networking stuff. And then I started playing around with it. And then I asked myself, I said, well, you're doing all this playing. Can you even get a job with this? And so I literally how I showed you all how I searched for jobs. I literally typed in Linux into uh back then Dice was super huge, right? And monster.com was super huge. And I typed in
Mhm.
Linux. I just typed the word Linux in. And I was like, man, 10,000 results. Well, what I need to know.
What
So
I gotta do?
what I gotta do, right? And I started looking at multiple jobs, right? And then I would go on to back then there wasn't no YouTube. You went to user forums, and in these user forums, the one I went to used to be called LinuxNewbies.com. I think it ended up changing over just for Linux, and I think now it's just Linux, right? Over the years,
Mhm.
and they would have people who would create tutorials like DigitalOcean that will walk through and install things and show you how to do it. And then I would take their tutorial and then I would go through their tutorial and read and try to figure out how to replicate that tutorial, right? How can I get
Mhm.
this set up? And then once I figured out how they did it, I would make my own notes. So like, oh, when you did this, this was the error, or when you did that, that was the error. So I would start making my own notes. And then
Mhm.
what I would start doing is I would take the notebook and I would go put it in another room because I had notes in it. And then I would sit down and try to do everything from memory. Like, what
Mhm.
was be my first step? What's my next step? What step am I missing? To the point where I could, if somebody asked me in an interview, how would you set up an NFS server? Well, I would install the packages first. I would make sure the repo is available. I will also make sure I have ability to get to that repo. Then I will install the packages. Once I get the packages installed, then I will have to set up my NFS server. Now, which version of NFS do we want to set up? NFS version 3 or NFS version 4? Are we connecting NFS to LDAP? Okay, so now I know the path that I need to go down, and I will be able to rattle that off back to back, and I will practice that back to the point where I have the steps memorized. So if you ask me in an interview, how to set up something, I could tell you exactly how to set up. I don't need the computer for me to tell you how to set it up. I know exactly what the commands are that I need to do to set that up. And then after you practice that so long, it just becomes step one, step two, step three, step four, step five, step six. And then when somebody is talking to you in an interview and they add and they're telling you, no, that's not it. You like, yes, it is. It depends on what version you use.
Mm.
What version
My
of
Mhm.
favorite one is, can I do a screen share?
yeah.
Let me do a
Yeah.
screen share.
Yeah.
And I know for me, it was, and we get this a lot, and based on our statistics, a lot of people are already well into their careers. And so again, we never say that this is an entry level to tech, an entry level job to tech if you are over 30, because that means you've already had some type of career. And for me, I was in real estate and mortgage. So for me, in my brain, it was like, okay, what is their technology that I'm already using, and do they have jobs? The main thing in mortgage back then was Calyx Point. So I went to Calyx Point, see who owned them, and looked at tech jobs and see what they had. And it's like any other business. You have accounting jobs, you have marketing, you have HR, and then you have your high tech jobs. And I started going into that. And if you, this is your first time here, but we have a Wednesday meetup and we break these down, how to look at job resumes and look at the skills that these jobs require, and how to map out your study plan so that you'll be able to study up for some of these jobs. And that's what I did. And sometimes some of this stuff you look back and you be like, oh, I don't want to do that. That looks a little bit boring. That's
Yeah.
not where I'm at. It's okay to be like, that's not for me. Let me move on to find something different. But you have to be willing to take an hour out of your time to go on.
Yeah.
Everything is, you can go to Google and look up anything. And like, we have a lot of people that are in the healthcare, that's been in healthcare for 20, 30 years. Well, what can I do? Well, you're already a subject matter expert, which is an SME. You have it. People are looking for you. Now it's time to stack those skills. Let's look up healthcare IT. Let's look up real estate IT. Let's look up beauty IT. So if you've been in hair care. So most of the people that are in hair care, they usually go on to be instructors. Okay, well, what's going on in beauty IT? What does that look like? What if you're a mechanic? What's going on in automotive IT? If you're in trucking, what's going on with transportation IT? Those are two simple keywords that you can look and just spend, and it's a black hole. You can go in
Yeah.
this stuff and you
Yeah.
can
That's
read
what
it,
I.
but that is the black hole. That is the fun part of looking, because you don't know what it's going to come up with, and you don't have to
Right.
read everything. Pick the top 5 things and read them, and then keep it pushing. But
Mm-hmm.
just limit that to an hour so you don't get stuck in the black hole. And then if you find some other keywords, mix those keywords up and say, you know what, I'm gonna take my hour the next day and look up these search terms. It's just that simple. So we make, especially women, we make things so much harder for ourselves than they really have to be,
We just need
because
to
we have
know.
this.
We just need to know the why of the why of the why of the why. We can move. We can move forward. That's.
I mean, and then there's the why of why, and why not. And we get so caught up. It's just like, why not? Why just do it? And we
Yeah.
have this conversation all the time. Like, how many skills are you going to stack before you just do it? When are you going to apply
Right.
to the job? And I'm guilty of that too, but it's not because I don't want to do it. That's because I'm busy with other things that are on my plate. And so it seems like, not that those things are really far in the distance, but it's just other pressing things. And I'm like, I'll get to that later, because, and on all actuality, my goal is to make money and pay myself a salary from my business, not to
Mm-hmm.
work from somebody else. So sometimes that going for another job gets pushed behind the ball, and I can't do that to myself, because one of my goals is to increase my monthly income. And what does that mean? What looks like for
Mm-hmm.
me? And so you have
Mm-hmm.
to, you have to look at those things and reevaluate those things, monthly, if not weekly, if not, yearly. So just to
Yeah.
make sure that you're on your path.
I tell people
I
all the time, I'm a broke college student.
You a what now?
I'm a broke college student.
Constantly learning. What you mean by that?
I'm just a broke college student. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm a broke
Mm,
college student. That's what I am.
got you.
I am constantly learning, but I am a broke college student. So when
Got you.
people like, oh, you got all the money. Nope.
I see. Started I business. It'll be a year. It'll be a year this month. And
Congratulations.
I like some aspects of it. It's not quite what I thought it would be.
Mm,
But I want to continue to stack on top of that, like you always saying, go and look in that field. It's the appliance repair industry. Go and look
okay.
in that field and see how IT into that. So now my mind is blown. So it's just open up doors that I need to look through and be like, okay, how can I apply what I already have and build on top of that knowledge? Because I already started something like you all saying an hour or a day. I was doing hour work and an hour when I got off of work until I left the job and started working full time in the company. And so now I know what it takes to do when I dive into something new. But I don't want to dive into it, like I said earlier, just about the money, because that's what appliance repair it was. It's the money. It was a money grab, and I took the money and invested it, which I'm happy about that. But I don't want in this field. It's going to stay on this level of just
Right.
repairing.
And appliances are smart appliances. They are
Mm-hmm.
they are technical, very technical, and it's the Internet of Things. So I would look into, if I were you, this, how to secure that stuff. How
Mm-hmm.
can the government not hear me on my refrigerator? Because I will come
Mm-hmm.
in where I get a new device and I'll turn all that stuff off. Like, I don't want nobody looking, listening, doing any of that. But the refrigerator is a smart refrigerator. The stove is a smart stove. The
Yep.
teapot is smart, and then it connects to
Yep.
Alexa. And then your wash machine and dryer is smart, and you can get a smart garage. Like, all of these things
Mm-hmm.
are the Internet of Things. So these keywords,
Mm-hmm.
and we call this our notepad moment. These are terms that you need to sit down and look at, and what
Yeah, I
that
got
means
my
for your
notepad right
industry.
here. I'm
Yeah, and what that means for your industry, and what type of conference that they have, and what are they talking about with technology and appliances? What does that mean? Because you've invested in a business, and so you don't want to throw it all out. How to make it fun and interesting for yourself.
Yeah, when I'm sitting here thinking, I'm thinking like, okay, does Samsung or Sony or any of them have partnerships where you look at what's the latest and greatest that's coming out in appliances and how to repair them? Do they have a conference? Uh, and then you know me, I'm a I'm a like hack it, like, okay, well, how can I hack the controller on this refrigerator to do more than what it can do, right? And then
I like that approach.
yeah, then you can that gets into rich rebuilds, those like he does the Teslas. Now you rebuilding and repurposing the refrigerator to do something else, right?
Right.
And you can use embedded Linux to do that, right? Where instead of your refrigerator just being a refrigerator, it can make phone calls and act as a cell phone when you're in the kitchen or something of that nature, or it can act as other things. It can compile something because again, you can look and see what's inside of that, what type of processor that is, to do something. Right now, you can do connected devices or what have you. Right. Um, instead of it being instead of you downloading it and it just worked for Samsung, it can work for an application that you have. And when I did a show on this earlier this year about making your own smartwatch, there was a smartwatch. It's an open source smartwatch where you can install your own. You put your own applications on that smartwatch, and you can then rebrand it and resell that smartwatch. And then maybe that smartwatch syncs up to your refrigerator and or your own operating system of that refrigerator or your own appliances. So now you're coming out with your own brand of appliances and it's rebranded, and now you sell it on Amazon because you want to sell it to someone who's a college student, and they may want a little small smart refrigerator with a smart watch to let them know that they're out of carrots or they're out of
Mhm.
this, and I mean, that's just
Or
what
it
my
sends
mind
it, or
goes.
sends the list to their parents so they can send some money.
Yeah, y'all
For
got
some
my mind
groceries.
jumping. I love
Yeah,
this.
it's
Y'all
the
got my
Internet of
mind
Things.
jumping.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's where my mind went when I heard that. And that's
Yeah, and
from
they
a
make
tech
them kind of
perspective.
restrictive too. They make the
Right.
appliances where if they don't hook it up to their phones, like it won't just show the time. Like
Mhm.
it won't get updates. In the older clients, they don't like that. They just want to be able to have the option to use it without all that, but they don't even make the option for customers to not use it.
Right. But that's why the older people, they end up getting in a like a very basic model stove or refrigerator because it's simpler. Like I don't want
Mm-hmm.
all the digital stuff on there. I don't even want a digital timer on there. Just give me the knobs.
Yep. Yep.
Give me the
Yep.
knobs. And I
Yep.
can turn it on as long as it gets up to where I need to make this pot roast. I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So
Mm-hmm.
So anybody else backstage, D?
no, I just and we just have uppercase G. Thank you so much for
Well,
coming
thank
on
you
and
all so
chatting
much.
with us and sharing your experiences. We appreciate you for
Most
that.
definitely.
We got a lot of people that have been with us for a minute. Or just, I mean, sometimes people don't think
What?
they have a lot
Sasha
to
didn't get on
contribute.
stage.
No, it's a lot of people that we got in here, but it's okay.
No Kevin, no Sasha,
It's
no
it's
Paul.
pretty intimidating because I had the mic trouble and all. It's my first
It's
time, so
okay.
it's pretty
But
scary.
I mean, you jumped out there. I'm proud of you.
Yeah, but that's tech. You got you
Yeah.
but you learn how to fix it. That's you were your own solution. You went back and you came back. I mean, you a technologist. That's what we
well,
do.
I appreciate you all's time. I joined the groups. I'm in the Slack. I'm looking at the different
Awesome.
channels, the pins. I donated, so I'm all aboard. I love
Oh,
what you all are
oh,
doing.
Thank
Thank you
you.
thank
so
you. We
much.
appreciate it.
I mean, I hope it helps you, and you spread the word to other people that may, that just may need it. We do what we can.
Hmm.
Some people gonna come with you, and some people not. I just want to make sure that
Right.
everybody, at least, is if we don't, if you can't say you didn't know, if you ever were a part of this group, you can't say you didn't know.
I
You
did
might
have
not.
a,
Go
I
ahead.
did have another question for you.
Go ahead.
Okay, so you can answer or not answer.
Mhm.
So make a non-profit. Some people, you have some creators where they find that they do offer things for free, and then they say, well, it's free, but then don't nobody want it. But then as soon as you put a price tag on it, now everybody's clamoring to run to it. Are you that same thing, or are y'all going to continue to make the platform donations only, or a mix, or
So it's been a
how are you
mix.
expecting?
It's been mixed. So the free stuff, like the RHCSA, is free to me. Like, that's free. Where the time consuming stuff comes in at is
Mm-hmm.
Kubernetes, the more advanced topics, coaching. Like, somebody asked us about a Patreon, and I was like, we can make a Patreon, but now it's creating more content for that Patreon, creating more content for to be exclusive, creating more content for this and more and that. And I never want to lead people astray on things I know they can get for free versus things that I just think you just need somebody to help you, hold your hand, and then send you on your merry way. Is how I look
Mm-hmm.
at it. So
Right. We're
I
not
go
the
back
bait
and forth.
and switch. We're not the bait and switch. We
Yeah,
are
yeah,
a
yeah.
nonprofit. And so most of our offerings have been free or low cost. And we pass that on to our membership. Is there a time where our membership is going to cost a yearly fee? Absolutely. Is there going to be a time where some of our courses are over $100? Absolutely. Is there, as our one-on-one sessions, is there a fee for that? Absolutely. But those are donations that come back into the organization, that comes back into programming for the membership.
Mm-hmm.
And
Like,
so,
I give you a prime example of one of the things I'm working on. is getting a GM from one of the dealerships that I go to come on to talk about uh, what to expect when you go to buy your car, a car in your business name. Should you buy that car in your business name? What does that look like? What are you using to for leverage? What's a good leverage? Can you use cryptocurrency at the car dealership? How can you do that? Those are little things that I think should be exclusive
Mm-hmm.
for members and members only, right? Because now, what I'm doing is giving you a point of contact that I trust. One, right? I'm offering up my people that are my friends. I'm not just this not a random dealership that I just drove by and I just asked them to come rock with women in Linux. Nah, 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 nah. These are these are people that I know that
My
are
network,
that are friends of
access to
mine.
the network.
Yeah, like people that we get people that come all the time that like, hey, I want to do something with women in Linux or what have you, and then we'll put it out there, and then nobody shows up, right? Like, hey, here's some free training for Terraform. We put it out there for free training with Terraform, and for 20 people, and only 4 people showed up,
Mm.
right? And that was to get training and a certification.
And
Like,
Oh wow.
this was a class that was donated to us, that of course we offered for a low cost because we need the donations to continue the programming. And like you said, like some you offer this stuff for free, no one shows up because it's expected, but as soon as you put a cost on it, or it might be the time that the class is, because with Linux, most of our people are all over the place, in different countries and things of that nature. So it might be a time
Mm-hmm.
thing. But again, we are a 5013C. So our goal has always been from day one for free and low cost. And for the last 5 years, we've been sticking to our guns with that, and been able to offer it with like next to no donation. So a lot of the stuff comes
Congratulations
out of
on the
our
five
pocket.
years as
Thank
well.
you.
thank,
Congratulations. Yeah,
thank
I'm going to continue to donate. I see the sincerity and I appreciate the nonprofit aspect. Those that are wild, y'all donate. Like I said, it's the
Mhm.
first time I'm seeing it, and I haven't seen anything like this. I haven't. It's always people nickel and dime you, and y'all giving
Mhm.
out great content and a real skill set. So I'm all for it. Whenever I can donate, I'm going to contribute.
Yeah, thank you. And you just donated with your time by coming up and hearing about your journey and your aspect and what you see. And that's all we ever want people to have is have your own aspect. I'm only going to give you what I see. How you
Mm.
interpret that and how you use that is on you. But I'm just going to say, hey, here are the facts. Here's what I'm seeing. What you going to do with it, right?
Right. We're curators of information. All the information, we take the time to go research it. It comes across our platform, and we just curate it, and we curate it in our Slack channel. We That's all we do. For other people it may be hard, but it's something again that we love to do. We've been doing it. Has it been easy? Absolutely not. Did we want to give up? Absolutely. It's
Yeah.
just that thing where we just kept trugging and trugging and trugging, and now we're here. But 5 years ago in the space is different than today, especially when it came to content, came to a platform. Streaming was super expensive 5 years ago. I mean, we used to have in-person meetups where nobody would show. And we're like, if we're a tech company and we know Linux is a niche, let's just do our meetups virtually. And so
Mm-hmm.
we have 5 years worth of virtual meetups basically on our YouTube channel. And if you would go back to, I tell people all the time, go back to the first couple of videos. It'll be the same information that you hear in current videos when it comes to technology. So you know how much it's moving when you want to gauge, am I learning something that is about to go away pretty soon? Linux is not going anywhere.
So I just
Security is
went
not
back
going
and did
anywhere.
I just went back and did a timeline search because I just wanted to know what was going when something was would happen. All right, so to give you an understanding of where we're at with learning Linux, The Linux Academy didn't come out until they weren't founded until 2012. A Cloud Guru wasn't
Okay.
founded until 2015. I've been in it since 2000.
Wow. Wow.
So that
Right.
gives you a timeline of, when people say, like, when I tell people all the time, I've never really worked with a black woman in working with Linux or whatnot. That's not something I've seen. Right? We're now at that point now where we can get people to work together in it. But I mean, I started in Linux in 2000, right? So, I by the time the Linux Academy came around, I was well into it, right?
And that was when I came around that time. And the president of the company, the CEO company, he was teaching the classes. He was on all the videos. And now they just sold, not maybe last year, 2 years ago,
Yeah.
they just sold the company
You
into,
talking about a Cloud Guru?
yeah, they sold
But
it to
but no,
Cloud
Linux
Guru.
Academy, yeah, he was teaching the classes. He was
Yeah.
on LinkedIn.
Yeah, so that was a goal. So just to think, Tam had to go and, I mean, Barnes and Nobles. It's a bookshelf in the villa with a whole bunch of books in it, and those are books that you gather over time and research. Now you have things like Safari Online, which is O'Reilly Media, that you can go and it's your digital library. But even for me, when I had to hook up um, a voice over IP to my business, because I always wanted to be virtual in my business, and how I had to set up a small home network for my business and things of that nature. So you look back over those things of, using DOS and, floppy disks, where those went. And I'm just like, I've always been on the computer, but I only had one friend with a computer in high school that was in the
Yeah.
home. And so we had a computer lab, but nobody had one at home. So, you look over that your life in those things. And I have friends that are in their 50s and they feel like, especially men, they feel like they missed the ball. And I'm like, every every technology that was afforded to us at that time we used. We had a pager, which was a beeper. We had
411.
Yeah, we had a beeper. I said
Two way.
we had a two-way. We had the two-way pager when that came out. I said we had the cell phone. I had a Nextel chirp phone when it came out. I was chirping away to my
That when the
network. I said,
phones look like this.
yeah, when the phones looked like that.
Yeah,
My
it's
mom had
crazy.
car
It's crazy as a
TVs.
culture. It seems like
Yeah.
we always at the forefront as a culture and realize it though. Like I'm telling you, I never thought like this. Like, but it's like we always at the forefront. So.
Mhm.
Yep. And even with
But it's from a
even
user aspect. So when you're a user, you never think that the
Right.
user experience is a job, or you can get paid
Right.
to be a user.
yep.
That's
And
Right.
then
That
UX.
that makes me think about Roblox. I was talking to my nieces and
yep.
nephews about. I'm like, what all they doing in there? And they was talking about how they interact and have concerts. And you was speaking earlier on the metaverse.
Hmm.
So what skills require you in tech to work on like that and like metaverse?
So for Roblox, I think they got a whole platform for you to build on in terms of building the games and stuff. You can go on YouTube and look this up.
Hmm.
Some of the 15 and 16-year-olds are millionaires.
I believe it.
Yeah, they're millionaires on the platform. Let's see. I'm so used to ticker symbols. I be typing in ticker symbols all the time.
Me too. I think it was what RBLX is Roblox.
I'm gonna do it anyway. RBLX millionaires.
It'll come up.
Let's see. Yeah, I'm always doing that, right? How to be a Roblox millionaire. Business Insider has a whole listing on them.
This stuff
On,
is just mind blowing. This is mind blowing.
right, and and a lot of people see college student video game creator. He went to college with that. Um, let me see. Let me just type in high school. I remember seeing this. It was on Business Insider that I saw it. Um, that they were some of those, yeah. How video games turn teenagers into billionaires. That was in 2018, right? And they were talking about that. So yeah, so when I'm looking at stuff like this, I'm also, yeah, see how teenage developers are making millions. That was 2017. Knew it was on Business Insider because I was like, I saw it on Business Insider, right? Left Alex, I guess Ball fans, co-creator of Jailbreak, and then Andrew I guess it's Bariza, creator of Miners Haven. Let me see if they drop down here and say how much they're making. One of them live in Florida. That's to be expected.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, yeah. Here they go. At the event, Roblox officials company expects to pay out 30 million to developers. One young programmer is on track to make 3 million. Two more are going to hit 2 million each.
Wow.
Right, and then this is what angers me the most. This gets on. I'm getting on my soapbox, but I'm gonna get off. We'll get on. Get off real quick. What angers me the most about uh the social media hype and all of that stuff like that. What angers me the most is if you just leave them, just look across YouTube or any social media stuff. We be sitting on here and we be arguing about, you know, uh, who is high value, who gonna take this.
Beta men.
I
I
just,
Hmm.
can't
I
stand
just,
it.
it irks it gets under my skin
It's a
because I'm
waste
like,
of time.
yeah, it gets under my skin because I'm like, here we got earlier. I showed you the 12-year-old that's making $400,000, but the
Yeah,
average
on the
black
NFT.
is making 32,000, and the average black man is making 40,000. But we arguing about that, and he over here making 400,000. Right? There's
Right.
another one I posted with the guy in California who's 25 years old that makes $515,000 a year. And his family basically, they've set each other up, you know, through real estate and college and investments and so forth. And he's 25, and he makes $515,000 a year. Some people would never ever see that kind of money. Yeah, we
Right. But I
arguing
love it.
about.
But I love what you all are doing because it's like you said, exposure and somebody taking the time from our community to give it back. So I love that.
Well, you're welcome. I just
Okay, so
hope people
I
capitalize off
decided
of
on the giveaway. Uppercase G, we're gonna send you a pair of women in linen socks. Go ahead. Woo!
Thank you so
We're
much.
gonna give you the Coming to the Stage award. This is the
All
first
right,
time we had the
cool.
Coming to the Stage award. We're gonna give you the Coming to the Stage award. These pair of socks. Let me go ahead and share my screen so you can see these pair of
Okay, let me see
socks.
him. Let me see him.
Let me show you the socks, girl. Let me show
Let
you
me
the
see.
socks.
Let me stop sharing.
And here
You can
are
share
the
your screen now, D. There you
and
go.
here are the
Let's
socks.
see. Let's see. Let's
Woo!
see.
Go
Okay, I gotta
ahead.
look on. I gotta look on my phone. Oh, nice. Yep. All right.
Yes,
Cool. Yep.
go ahead
I'm
and
rocking
email
those.
me at womeninlinux.org your information so I can send you
Womenandlinux.org.
the
Or
socks.
she in Slack too, so she could probably hit you
Yeah,
up.
Or you
I
can
am.
DM me in Slack, which
Women.
would be easier, and
Okay.
go ahead and get your socks, and I can go ahead and
All
send them out. We got somebody else that came to the stage.
Uh
Don
oh.
Juan, we're gonna
Who
bring
came
you
up?
up. The rules is don't come up here with no crazy stuff. Oh,
You
Don
can
Juan
you
left.
you can
Don
come
Juan
up
must
with
have been
crazy
crazy.
stuff. I don't mind them being crazy. It makes me excited.
Oh,
I ain't
I
gonna
could
do
do
nothing.
black ministry. I
I
forgot
I
about
don't
the
know why you treat trying to hold people down.
because I really don't do a lot of people. So, you're more in the YouTube sphere. I'm just behind the scenes, and we just don't get a lot of the shenanigans.
Yeah, I do. You just kick people off. I don't know why this
I
is
don't.
that.
We don't get enough. We don't get a lot of the shenanigery. I think you go in a little deeper than mine. I'm just like, um,
Yeah, I don't mind. I invite you as you are. Come on up. I ain't gonna do nothing but put on my shades.
for the black ministry.
Put on my shades and keep it pushing.
All right. Well,
Nice,
we're gonna let
nice.
you go, uppercase G. Again, DM me in Slack, and I am at D in Slack. And go ahead and send me your
Okay.
information so I can send you those socks.
I sure will. I will enjoy the show offline. You ladies have a great evening. Thank you.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you.
And for anybody else that wants some more information or need a one-on-one, we have a D's got to set up the calendar. We are doing one-on-ones. Hey, am I supposed to be with somebody here at 4 o'clock?
I don't, hold on. Let me see. I don't think it's 4 o'clock,
Okay.
but they had been warned. It's 4:30.
Okay. Yeah, and also um when we come back next week, back I think on September the 12th, I'm going to be on the One's Lightfoot show. I think that's September the 12th. Hold on, let me look at my calendar and I can tell you.
And add it to my calendar, please, so that I know what's going on.
Let me see. Said the blind man. Mm, 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 mm. Mm, 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 mm. I think it's the 12th. Yeah, it's the 12th at 8 o'clock.
And
Uh,
where are you gonna be?
on the One Lightfoot's YouTube channel. Let
Okay,
me
so was that Dewan that had came that was trying to come up and
probably
that showed himself out? I didn't mean to scare you.
probably because you mean yeah, lab every day.
I am not mean. I'm just giving you the what do you call it?
We
The
don't need
fine
just let
print.
people come up. You got to be
I'm
like
just giving you the
you got you
this.
know you got to
Hey,
be no
hey,
you got
hey.
to be like
We don't
leading
want those
attorney.
shenanigans. We are a
You got to be
nonprofit.
you got to be like leading attorney and let them come up and then you be like, yeah, that's not gonna work.
But he said he have a struggle screen. So we don't
No,
have a struggle
he
screen.
let people come up and then people
Okay.
go crazy and then when they go crazy, you just kick them out. You know,
Ooh, I don't have that much patience.
you got to work on that. You got to work on that.
It's a work. I'm a work in progress.
You got to work on that
I do. I'm a work
because
in progress. That's why
if
I'm
you gonna
always
do
not on the camera.
if you're gonna do anything in Linux, anything in tech, you're gonna
Text,
have to have some
period. You
text.
need to have an ounce of patience
You
because
gotta
the
have patience.
semicolon will have you caught up, and you'll be caught up over a semicolon.
Yeah,
Caught
you
up
gotta have
all the
patience.
way up. So if you're looking into any programming or development, web
Oh,
development,
and let me say this too. For those of you who have signed up with our one-on-ones, we appreciate you.
yes, we do.
I want to tell you thank you. It really means a lot that you trust me with um, not just your information, but a lot of you have shared where you're at. Some of you we have shared some tears and stuff. I might not share the tears in the thing. I might cry afterwards. Can't never let you see me sweat. I'm
No,
a
she's a
sweat.
poop bud. She's a straight
But
poop bud. But your stories are inspirational.
yeah,
And
yeah.
we're glad you take the time out to share your journeys with us.
Yeah, and we just want to make sure that we're not feeding you the fluff, you know. So I always tell you that D drop the link. You can go look this up for yourself.
And a
It's
lot of those
made
links
up.
that Tam want me to drop, they're super long. And so what we're doing is we're going back and I'll be adding those links from the episode. I'll be adding them into the YouTube, into the description so that you guys will have the links. So don't count me out yet. We are still building. It's just, us over here. See, look at that. I'm her biggest fan, and you see how she just threw me up under the bus.
I didn't throw you on the bus.
You did. I'm looking dead at you. Throw me
I
up under
just
the
threw you.
bus. I
I just
just
threw
got
you.
hit. I just
Look,
got
I
hit.
didn't throw you under. I didn't throw you under the bus. I threw you
Hit.
under a Prius. I just put you under a
When
Prius. I didn't
it
throw you
still,
under a
you still
bus.
threw me. You
I just
still
threw you
threw
under
me
a
under a
Prius.
moving vehicle. You
Yeah,
got to do
just
better. You
just
got to
a
do better. I don't do
Prius.
you like that. You got to do better. I don't do you like
Yeah,
that.
look, I just threw you under a Prius. It wasn't a bus. You gonna live.
And this is the same person that was on the stream last night, making sure she got what she needed to get. See how she do me? I just want you
Oh,
to know how she do me behind the scenes, where everybody don't do it. See, that's what I get. See, I'm a nice lady.
blow me away. Why don't
I
you?
am a nice lady, and you just treat me like I'm
Oh
just.
Lord Jesus. Where you know what? I am going to buy a one for sound effects.
And she is not. I'm not. I'm gonna make sure it is disconnected because if she
I
sound
need
effects
to
me,
buy
it's gonna
my
be a
sound
problem.
effects. I need to be playing taps right now. That's right, uppercase. Eat the
I
cake.
eat the cake all the time. I eat the cake. I do. I eat the cake. I mean, Lord, that's what happened when you're
Just the
nice.
Prius, Dion. Just the Prius. Just the Prius.
I'm still
All
not
right.
happy.
You what now?
I'm not happy because it's just a Prius.
You live.
Will
I
I?
Yeah.
Moving on. Uppercase G.
The Prius one going number.
Congratulations.
The Prius one going number 5 miles per hour.
Don't make excuses now. Don't do it.
All right.
Don't
So
do it.
yeah,
Uppercase
that
G, thank you for winning the episode 10 giveaway. Happy 5th anniversary to us women in Linux. It has
and
been a long road, and eventually I'm not going to even put that in the universe that I'm going to get hit by a Prius because that is just not nice. How can you get the experience that these job companies are looking for? Join us every Wednesday, every other Thursday at Women in Linux. We are bringing up other programming, and we are adding to our team. We are also, again, because we are a nonprofit, we are looking for volunteers. So, for me, I just say, hey, give me an hour of your time. Find something that you want to do and give us an hour of your time and let's make something happen. An hour of your time is greatly appreciated as a volunteer. If you see something that we need, something that we are lacking, or something that we can step our game up, come to me with a solution, and let's see how we can grow together. And let me know. We are looking for volunteers for this ship. It is a big ship. We are also a springboard. So if you haven't spoken or have any content that is live where you've spoken to a group of people, use Women in Linux. And whether it's a 5 minute talk, a 20-minute talk, or an hour training, or a 3 hour workshop, let us know. We are also
yeah,
looking
and
for,
also
go
when
ahead.
you do those 3 hour workshops and those hour training, you can charge for those. I know how it is to uh be creating that content. Yeah, we'll pay you for that. That's that's not fair to you, and that's not fair to you or the person you're delivering it to, right? Uh, I believe in paying for those, so let us know. Um, we need to be patient with each other. You
It has
funny.
been over 10 years. Purple Girl, we still here. We're not going nowhere.
That's what I'm
We
trying to
are
say.
freaking
She
frat.
need to
She
be
is the
patient with
Thelma
me.
to my Louise.
She need to be patient. I tell her all the time. And I thank you. And make sure I said it right. Nanu, 2021. Hey, being a nurse, there's so many things you can do in IT, in particular in the medical industry, and two, you can also look at yourself as contracting yourself out, for people who are building healthcare companies or healthcare IT companies that want to have information or something like that, legislation, laws, or what have you. That, you can go in at it from that perspective. So so much there's a shortage of lawyers, so you can move into law as well too. So just
Oh, I have a friend that's in the medical industry. Literally, she went to go get her RN. Now she is a second year law school and she's going to be practicing malpractice law. So you can pivot. I think that's the
yep.
biggest thing is learning how to pivot.
Yep. And knowing when to pivot, right? Well, a lot of times we get caught up and we're just doing. And next thing you know, you look up, it's 5 years and you've been doing, and you're like, oh, I should have done, or I wish I would have done. And then you keep telling yourself, and it'd be 7 years, and then 7 years turns into eight. And so you have to just, sometimes you just have to shock yourself, right? You got to shock the system, and just do it. That's like I always, it's another group I'm a part of. One, two words you can't use. I just used it. Two words, two words
You
I got
shouldn't use
yeah, you
it.
shouldn't
Can't.
use is can't and try, right? You can always do, and try just means you haven't started, right? So you have to take those. You have to, and the one thing that they do is can't and try. Anytime you say those words to yourself, right? You have to put $1 in the box. Basically, you cash app somebody, but in your case, if you're sitting at home and you're saying, "Oh, I can't do that," you need to put $1 into a shoebox. Every time you say you can't, or you can't try, or try, those words, pay yourself, right? And after a while, at the end of the week, on Friday night, count up how many dollars you contributed to the can't try box, and then that lets you know that, hey, you are really suffering from lack of confidence, or maybe the lack of, I don't want to say partnership, but networking, because sometimes it just may be a network, when you're doing that. Yep.
Mhm.
Pivot is the key. You're in the process of pivoting. Yep. Don't say, I'm glad you didn't say you're trying to pivot. You're in the process of pivoting.
Yeah.
And,
That's what
and
it. What you think about is what you bring about. The law of attraction, and it's really real. It's so real. It's amazing. So be conscious of your thoughts, because what you think about, it comes to fruition, whether you're thinking consciously or unconsciously. That's why I said sometimes you just got to take some stuff back out of the universe and say, I am going to do it.
Yep. And I hope the pandemic shocked you enough to change your direction, not only change your direction, but also influence others to change their direction, but also have a plan. I was on another YouTube, and they were talking about, I was on AO's YouTube channel. That's what it was. And I was looking in the comments, and they were talking about saving money and building wealth, and how really we are, don't have, don't have the mindset. But let me say this: uh, some of us got the mindset to build wealth. You know what? The other problem is that we don't have, is the system and the processes to lead to execution, and that's super huge, right? Having a system and the processes in place to lead to execution. Um, some of us got the skills. Some of us even know how, but don't execute, right? So you could, again, like what's on the screen now. You can stack all the skills you want, but if you don't execute,
You don't
what's
pull
the
that
point?
trigger.
What's the point? Right? If you're gonna go out and get all these different certs, talk and network with people and stuff like that, and then don't execute, what's the point? Right? So you gotta execute, right? You gotta put yourself in position to execute. And another big thing that I see a lot of people do, and I'm guilty of it, Dee's guilty of it, I think we all are guilty of it, is you have this big plan, and you want to execute on the big plan. And the problem is, you shouldn't be executing on the big plan. You should be executing on the small little plans to get to the big plan, right? So making your positions modular. I don't know what she's talking about. What a Prius at, but
I
that's
mean, you got big visions, but I understand. But that's what great
but I
leaders have,
do
a big
but I
vision.
but I put them into smaller tasks. I have a big vision, but I put them into smaller tasks. The problem that you and I have is, you immediately ask me, well, how you gonna get there? And I'm like, I don't know yet. I haven't figured that part
Because
out yet.
I'm incremental. I don't
I,
ask you how
I
you're going to get there. I
I'm
said
just
this is
saying.
what it's going to take to get there. That's what
I'm
I
just
do.
saying, what's the big picture? What
But
you thinking about the
anyway,
big
back
picture?
on focus to the
About the big
love,
picture.
because I got
Where's
hit
my
by the
Prius?
head.
So I
Big
love.
vision. Big vision.
But yeah,
Execute your big visions to
but,
small
but
bites.
that's okay though, right? It's okay to have big visions. I want everybody to have big visions. Yeah, same problems. Everybody got the same problems, and so you just gotta chunk them up to little small, little modular pieces. That's why that's the goal there. And also, no uppercase. She said, "Can't stop, won't stop, can't stop. Take that, take
Never.
that, take that."
Never. She is like the big sister that picks on me all the time. I'm the little sister with the big sister that picks on me all the time and says it's love. Like, just sock me in my jaw and be like, I love you. Get up. You ain't no punk.
Why are you crying?
Who's crying? See?
That's what I say to you. Why are you crying?
Why are you crying? All I did was this. That's how you know that's your big sister. All I did was this.
Anyway, so if we don't have any more questions, I mean, we can go on with this all day long. We can do this all day.
She can.
We will probably
I
do
need
this
some snack.
after we get off. We're still gonna do this after we get off. I'll probably switch classes though. But again, I want you all to make sure you come back next week. I don't know if I'm gonna do one on next Friday. I don't know. Oh, by the way, is anybody on here in the Miami area? Anybody on here in the Miami area? Let us know. Let us know in Slack if you're part of our Slack group. Uh, and also let us know because I'm thinking about we're probably gonna be doing a little tour here pretty soon. I've been mapping it out in my head on how that's gonna work. Um, D is probably gonna come on one or two of the trips, but you know how she do. You know how she do. You know how she do. All right. So let us know where you're located at, and we'll get on to it. Now, Kentucky, I don't know. We may have to make a trip to. It won't be during the wintertime. I can tell you that. Let me. No, won't make it during the wintertime. Um, but yeah, we got to make a cross country trip, and we've been thinking about how to put that together. Um, Going cross country from here to California and
It'll
back.
probably be Florida first, and then probably the southeast because again I can chuck that up. I've done it before. Southeast, and then we can move from there. And Santana to a city near you.
You said, can we come to Atlanta? Yeah, we come to Atlanta. What part of Atlanta is the question? That's the question. What part of Atlanta? I mean, I'm from Atlanta, but what part of Atlanta?
Oh yeah, Atlanta is that's southeast. Atlanta is definitely a stop on the map. It let's see, Atlanta, Augusta,
Huntsville.
that's Alabama. I'm
I'm
thinking
going. I'm
maybe
just giving the
Macon.
southeast.
Macon. I'm talking about Georgia.
Oh, probably Valdosta. I don't know.
Valdosta. Yeah, they got a college there.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Kentucky ain't bad.
no,
I have
Kentucky
my.
is not that bad.
I only
It's not.
got one story. I only got one little story from about Kentucky, and I'll save it for another time.
Save it for Friday. Friday night. Your Friday night special show.
Well, you just ask me anything. I don't know. Did you all come to the AMA last night? Did you enjoy
Yes, I
it?
was there. I was
Did
there.
you?
I was there.
Did anybody else come and check it out? If not, I don't know. I didn't see it on the thing. Where is it at? Where's it
It's on
located
the
at?
whole. You might need to clear your cache because it has a playlist and it's now on the home page.
Oh, it has its own playlist now.
It does. You have a playlist for your one show.
Oh snap!
She's trying to suck me into Friday nights like I don't want to do nothing in life. I don't. And it was first Friday in our area. Luckily, it was raining, but I was also tired because we got a couple of properties that I had to do some work on. So I was exhausted, but hey, I gathered up my thoughts and came on through.
Good job. We're
Yeah,
proud of you.
you better be. Suck butt.
Can't never win for losing.
Yeah, I do like
Uh,
your tone because
the
I
the
am the
Wednesday it
solution.
did nah the Wednesday ones are on go to meeting, and we meet every Wednesday from 7 to 9, and that's on we post them afterwards. So if you want to get the live information, you have to come on to the joint.
This is where we get you can get the schedule for all of our events. Except that Friday one, it was there definitely impromptu. But if you go to meetup.com/women in Linux, you will find our calendar of events and how we are connecting.
Oklahoma, that's possible. It's right outside. I mean, it's over from Texas, so it's possible. Meet up in Tulsa to go to the Black Wall Street. Meet up with Jay Morrison and be on the corner. I'm just playing.
You're delirious. You know, you are absolutely delirious. Uh, Your cousin, she showed up fashionably late. If fashionably late is the end of the show tune, how rude. I showed up fashionably.
uh,
What you got on? That's what we need to see. Fashionably late. You better be Chicago dressed to the nines. Fashionably
she
late.
just came from a house set. But anyway, so the other thing I wanted to mention as well too, I am working on getting some more training. Hey, did y'all go fill out the stuff in the scholarships? By the way, while I'm thinking about it, while I'm bringing that up, I, did y'all see the scholarships in the Slack channel for the conferences? Um, I don't know why I didn't bring this up when we first started. Okay, so there's a Google announced a conference scholarship that includes hotel and flight. Did y'all fill that out? Or did y'all just let that just sit there and be like, I'll get to it?
They let it sit there. They
Uh,
let it sit there. They don't
September
know
the
it to pass them
29th.
by.
September the 29th, you need to have a scholarship for the Usenix conference for SRE Con 21. Remember SRE? I told you that's like the next step. Need to fill that out. What about D got in here posted 2021 developer grants call for application for Coinbase? Have y'all checked out Coinbase jobs? Where y'all at? Um, I'm not sure if the Nokia scholarship is over. That was on the 17th. So I'm not sure if that's over with.
They'll
Um,
probably extend it. They usually extend those things with Udacity.
the Linux Foundation Travel Fund. You got to get in by the 23rd. They'll let you know 30 days later.
And so
For
the travel fund, just really quickly, like they say you get a scholarship to a conference. The travel fund is an extra grant that will help you with your hotel and air flight and your transportation to and from the conference.
all
Yeah,
right,
too, because we haven't ended yet.
yep. So, but I wanted to make sure I mention those because don't let those go to waste.
No, because we get these things all the time and we get them and 9 times out of 10 they send them to us first because we are a nonprofit and we do have a community. It's over 1,000 people in the Women in Linux Slack. So they
We're
want
almost
you.
at 2,000.
Oh shucks.
We're almost at 2,000. We're
We almost to
at
2,000, but they do send us these things first because they want the nonprofits and the user communities to have access to the resources first before they open it up to the public.
no. You don't have to already work in the industry. Some of them they
Mhm.
just want you to give your story,
Exposure.
like you're trying to transition to tech. It'd be your first conference, and you just want to see what it is, right? So yeah, don't be that. Oh, you know what? Uppercase G, you should go and go look at sans.org, and you should look at the IoT security track, so you can get involved with securing IoT or embedded devices, and also treat that as another leg up for yourself, in terms of your skill sets, and then contract yourself out if you wanted to. That's what I would do. Are we gonna be at Afrotech? When is Afrotech? Oh no, I don't even know when it is, and where is it gonna be at this year? Oh yeah, yeah, yep, yep. I already know what I'm gonna do next Friday. I already have it mentally played out in my head on what it is. Um, I actually got I didn't send it to D, but I actually got two more Word documents of links that I've already had started. I just didn't send them to her and I didn't want to overwhelm the show. I wanted to leave it open for everybody to talk and come up on stage. But I already know what we're gonna talk about come next Friday. If I do next Friday, I don't know, because we'll be. See, did we meet? We didn't meet this Thursday, so we'll be meeting this Wednesday and this Thursday, and then that Friday, and then Saturday. So may not make it that Friday. I don't know. Depending on how I feel.
It
You
was
know,
totally impromptu, everybody.
yeah, it was. I came back in, and I think you washed your hair, right?
But yeah, I
Yeah,
was ready for night night.
yeah, yeah,
I was ready for night night. I was ready for some shows and some night night. And he was
yep,
like,
yep,
I think.
yep. I wanna do a show. Oh, and the other thing too, um, on the scholarships, right? Who is anybody going for that PhD? Anybody going for that PhD? Um, there's a group out there that's helping fund PhDs. So I don't know who's going for their PhD, but hit me up in Slack on your PhDs, right? Cool. Oh, Afrotech. Let me look it up because that's gonna make sure
She
I can
not
answer
going
your
to
question.
Afrotech.
Oh no, I
She
might go to Afrotech this year.
she not going to Afrotech unless it's down the street. She not going to Afrotech.
Where is
Shout
it
out
at?
to Afrotech.
Oh, is Beyonce supposed to be there this year? Oh, shit. Conference. Buy tickets. Series of in-person and digital events. Okay, I'm gonna buy a ticket. But it don't tell me where it's gonna be at. Okay, so they got different events. So they got Afrotech Executive, which is in what it just happened on August. Then Afrotech Music, and then Afrotech Conference November the 8th through the 13th. Something's going on around November that I'm supposed to be doing.
Your birthday.
No, before that.
Birthday
Um,
shenanigans. Well, you
it's
gotta
gonna be
you're
it's
about
gonna
to be running late.
it's gonna be in California. Just a FYI. So I don't know if,
Okay.
if we're gonna make California.
Okay.
Just a FYI. All right. Well, where do you have a link for me, D?
For what? Afrotech?
Mm-mm. For the meet.
No. You gotta log in. I can grab
Okay.
it. Though.
No, that's okay. I got to switch
Okay.
laptops.
All right, good
Um,
people.
hold on. I'm just making sure I'm reading through the comments. Okay, cool. All right. We're gonna see y'all on Wednesday. Yep, yep, yep. I won't do an AMA tomorrow. Most definitely not tomorrow. So we'll
Yeah.
see you on Wednesday. No. So we'll see you on Wednesday. Have fun, get some drinks, relax, chill. Oh, and Monday is a holiday. Maybe I'll do something on Monday. I don't know. Mhm. All righty. See you.
All right, everybody. Thank you.